welcome back to the channel. My name is InsideAgameR, and today I'm bringing you another episode of FS Passengers FSX. There wasn't a huge demand for it, but you know, I thought I'd do one or two more flights and see if it picks up. Maybe we get a couple of episodes in, people might be a bit more interested. And today what I thought we'd do, we're here at Sligo Airport. This is where we dropped off our last passengers, and we're going to make a bit of a longer flight now, and we are going to head to Belfast City Airport. What we're going to do, we are going to load our current aircraft. There we go. Obviously we can only have our 2 passengers. I want to take a bit more fuel this time. And we'll take 125 pounds. Okay, so look, we and our code would be EGAC. EGAC. The Belfast City, that's where we're going.
Destination set.
And let's real-time load. Okay. So we're good to go now. Let's get on into the plane. First of all, what we will do, we'll open the door. We'll start getting this loaded. Okay, we're on pause, which doesn't help. There we go. Door open. And now let's get to our main screen and let's start thinking about this. Master switch on, avionics on. We'll turn off all the lights, fuel pump on. These can all be off at the moment. We can have our taxi light and we can have our beacon on. There's a strobe light can go on as well. Everything else is pretty good there. We're going to right engine, left engine, both engines. And we are on. There we go. Pretty happy with that. Just bring down our air traffic control. Let's request our clearance. And 1 second, there is no sound. Which is very annoying. 1 second. For some reason, every time I load the game, it doesn't bring on. There we go. Our sound. Sorry about that. Okay, so we've been told to go to Belfast Airport as filed. Fly runway heading and climb 5,000 to park Figtree at Squawk. Okay.
Read that correct. Contact ground on 122.1. Sligo ground, India Alpha Foxtrot 57, ready to taxi IFR. India Alpha Foxtrot 57, taxi 2 and hold short on runway 29er via taxiway Alpha, runway 11. Contact tower on 122.1 when ready. Taxi and hold short, runway 29er. Taxiway Alpha, runway 11, India Alpha Foxtrot 57.
Okay, so we have our clearance to go out. We're going to shut the doors now in 1 second. There we go. Door shut, please. Okay. We're going to request a small pushback. At least the parking brakes would be pretty handy too. Engine pressures haven't come up yet, but they will once we hit a bit of speed now in a second. For my pushback, that is going to be enough, mainly because we need to turn full circle here. There you go. Oil pressures have come up. Now it's a very short runway. We're hitting bang in the middle. We really want to be taking off to the right here, I believe. I could be wrong. I just want to check how big. Put the brakes on. Okay, so we've got a few things to do here now. Passengers, seatbelt on. We do need to change some lights around, I believe. Taxis, navigation strobe, that's all good. We want to change this to... Oh, forgot. Always jumps the wrong way. $5,000 feet. All the radios are good. Yes. 2 notches of flaps. And let's get back to air traffic control.
Sligo Tower, India Alpha Foxtrot 57, ready for IFR departure, runway 29er. India
Okay, passengers, are we all set? We're all clear for takeoff. It's a lot faster than the last time. Now this flight will take a bit of time. This is a good hour flight now. So what I'm going to do, once we once we climb and maintain, now all I'm doing is I'm going to go down the runway a little bit.
Alpha Foxtrot 57, acknowledge last transmission. Cleared for takeoff, runway 29er, India Alpha Foxtrot 5.
Only because we're a bit heavier, what I want to do now is turn, because I want to go to the right. And that brings us out in the middle of the runway. To be honest with you, the Cessna, we probably would have had enough. But I just want to make sure. So 50% power, full power, flaps are on, off we go. 60 knots should be our takeoff. Try and get a bit higher if we can, with the weight of course, like I've already said. And hopefully we're facing the right way. I think we're facing the right way to make it a bit easier to go out to Belfast. Okay, 60. We're going to light to the last minute possible and rotate. Okay, we have a positive climb. Just a bit all over the place, but there we go. We're climbing positively. We need to climb, maintain 5,000 feet. Okay, so we can retract the flaps, and we don't want to be climbing that crazy. Okay, let's put our altitude on autopilot. Give us a nice positive rate of climb. God, what's wrong with me this morning? So we're climbing quite nicely now. We're going to wait for some instructions. What I will do is get our GPS up. Okay, so as you can see, we have taken off the right way. I should have checked before we left. So we're going to claim maintain 5,000 feet, and hopefully then it's going to bring us out to the left.
Foxtrot 57, contact Shannon Center on 132.15.
Okay, we've been handed off to Shannon.
Alpha Foxtrot 57. Shannon Center, India Alpha Foxtrot 57 is climbing through 700 for 5,000. India Alpha Foxtrot 57, Shannon Center, Roger. Altimeter 29er. India Alpha Foxtrot 57, turn left heading 080. Proceed on course to climb and maintain 5,000.
Okay, we're just going to acknowledge our instruction here.
Heading 080, proceed on course, climb and maintain 5,000. India Alpha Foxtrot 57.
Okay, now that's bringing us straight onto our heading, which is pretty good. Okay, we're going to get a lot of chat now on the ATC probably. We're going into a busy airport, so this one will be a lot busier. Okay, so like
131.15, orbit 7076.
try and ignore them the best we can. So, once we kind of hit our cruising altitude of 5,000 feet, which is a hell of a lot, why can I never get the corner of these bloody things? This is the worst one to get the corner of. No. Okay, we'll just bring it out this way now. Okay, so we are pretty much on our heading directly straight before we get our vectors into Belfast Airport. 59-minute flight. This is going to be a lot longer flight. Once I get up to my cruising altitude, I am going to be skipping, so please don't panic. I'm not going to be making you watch the whole flight. I'm going to try and make this as short as possible. I will put a speed run on with some background music, maybe for 2 or 3 minutes for the whole flight. I'll condense it down, maybe a bit more. And then we will concentrate on the approach and landing into Belfast City. Now, it's going to be a lot busier airport, I'm thinking. So we might have some traffic, we might have to do a go around. We'll have to wait and see what happens as we get towards Belfast. We are going to have to change channels a few times, so I will be keeping an eye on the ATC. But like I said, it's not going to bother you guys too much. If there are any incidents along the way, if anything goes wrong, anything malfunctions, or anything like that, I've just remembered I need to change my lights here, strobe. We need our navigation lights on. I don't know if I'm going to get penalised for that now. Oh, for God's sake. Change our fuel mixture about a bit as well. Like I said, got rid of my GPS. Bring back my GPS. There we go. Make it a bit smaller. Okay, so that is the plan. This is going to be a straight flight. We need to get these hours up. I think we need about 5 hours before we can change to the next size up. and we want to do that pretty quickly. But the plan would be we'll go into Belfast, then maybe we'll hit one of these Scottish islands. That might be pretty cool. They're going to be small runways, but it might be pretty cool. And fly then down maybe across to Europe, or we could go the other way if you want. Maybe if you guys let me know in the comments below on what you would like to see. I'm going to try and make these videos as short as I can. The main thing people like to see are the takeoffs and landings, but if there are any incidents along the way, any engine failures, any kind of problems, obviously I will pause the recording and put it back on for you guys to see what's happening. Fairly new plane. I'm not expecting any problems, to be honest with you. This is not a long flight, but you never know. You never know with planes. This is the thing, you just never know. Okay, so once we get there, we will be skipping, so we won't be far away. Now, what I'd like to do is make this a lot smaller. It's going to disappear anyway, so look, let's just close the window. And let's have a look at what's going on in here. Anything interesting happening. Let's check all our stuff. Fuel, I think we have enough fuel for the flight. Engine pressure's good, temperature's good, vacuum's good, fuel flow's okay. Revs are pretty good. We have 65 hours of flight on here. Vertical speed, we're doing okay. We're climbing positively, holding at about 75 knots or something, which is okay. Again, we're only going to be cruising at about 100 to 110. Hopefully we got a bit of tailwind, that'd be nice. And then we'll be coming in on our approach. So everything is looking good here. We're just still on our positive rate of climb. Sligo is down behind us. We have left Sligo, it's down there. We have our passengers that we can pretend that we can see. Still in winter, but we have a nice clear day, which is quite nice. So it should be a lovely flight. It is the morning, I do believe. So let's wait to see if we hear anything. We're at 4,000, so only about another 1,000 foot now before we hit our cruising altitude, where we will be jump cutting. But everything else is looking pretty good, if I do say so myself. 080 is the heading. That'll pretty much bring us directly into where we need to be going. We will hand over a few times, I believe. I think being in Northern Ireland, is it Scotland that take over our airspace? I'm not sure. But you'll see that even when we go through quickly. I hope you guys are enjoying this. I do enjoy these games. As we start going up the planes is when I'm going to start struggling, because I know how to fly about 2 or 3 of them. The others, it'd be a learning curve for all of us together. But I hope you are enjoying it. I enjoy playing these games, I must admit. Please let me know down in the comments below if this is something you do want me to keep going with. Like I said, probably have to do a good kind of 4 or 5 episodes before I give it up. Just want to see, you know, sometimes when there's only 1 episode it doesn't interest people. When people see there's a bit of a series, you know, more people might be interested. We'll keep it going as long as you guys want to see it. Now, this game is very old. No one's done FS Passengers in a long time. I'm probably the only one. So hopefully it'll pick up a little bit. Like I said, I only play these games for fun. I'm not a pilot. I love my simulation games. I do have Train Sim World that I want to bring to the channel. I have an episode made doing Paddington to London. We'll put that up and see if that interests any of you as well. Check out any of my other series. You know, I've got American Truck Simulator going on. I also have Europe Truck Simulator. We've got 2 different kind of companies, 2 different ways of doing that at the moment. So check them out on the channel if you wish. Okay, so we're now hitting our cruising altitude now, 5,000 feet. Okay, so we should start leveling off, which we are. We're going to start picking up speed. Once we got the speed corrected, we will be fast forwarding a little bit. But look, this is beautiful over the west of Ireland. No one really travels over Europe and Ireland on the FS Passengers. I know I saw someone doing England and... Oh. Okay, so we've had some turbulence. We disengaged the autopilot for turbulence. It does help bring down the fear quicker. So that is what we're doing. We need to be... That was mainly because turbulence is pretty bad up here today. So this does ruin your satisfaction, as you can see. That will drop back. I'll probably lose 2 or 3%. I took off the autopilot, but then more turbulence came. It's supposed to be a nice clear day. I don't see why there is too much turbulence going on. But look. Okay, welcome back everyone. We're now coming into our approach. We've been asked to descend to 600, which we can do. Okay, so it's been quite a pleasant flight. Nothing too crazy has been happening. We had a bit more turbulence. As you can see, my satisfaction has gone down to 94. I tried to take control of the plane, but it just wasn't working. The plane speed up. There must have been some pretty severe turbulence. We're going to take down the Oh. What are you expecting of me? That's what I'm doing. So we're going to cut out the revs because we're going to fall from the sky a little bit here now, and that's what we're going to pick up airspeed anyways, as we are descending at quite a rate. I keep the GPS up just for a little bit longer, but basically now what we're going to do.
Right heading 130, descend and maintain 2600. Cessna Alpha Foxtrot, Mike.
130 it wants us to go to. I want to go over here, there we go. And so we're still dropping, but we got some pretty good speed. I think we need to drop probably a bit faster, I'd say. $800 feet. Revs are really turned down. Fuel's actually looking quite good. We probably had enough fuel from the last time, but that's fine as well. We're not too worried about that. Airport should be somewhere here, I'd imagine. Just inland through the hills. So we are descending to maintain 2600, heading at 130. We are waiting for instructions from Belfast Tower. As you can see from the GPS now, look, we're coming in parallel, and they're going to bring us in this way, hopefully, for a straight in. Now, I was saying about going to the Scottish Islands. There's Scotland, well, there's some of the islands anyways. So that's what we might make as our next journey, just across the ocean. Not too far, bit of a short one. It could be a bit of fun. I think we'll head to Scotland next. I think that's definitely where we're going. We just flown the whole of the west of Ireland. We started off in Knock Airport. We flew to Sligo, and Sligo now to Belfast, which is, if anyone's looking for the code, is EGAC. And we flew from FSX, which was Sligo. So we're still dropping altitude here. We're at 3,000 now. We're coming out of the sky quite rapidly. Revs are pretty much off now. I actually don't have any revolutions on. The plane is just kind of coasting. It's picking up airspeed as we drop. We're now at 3,000. So once we drop another 400 feet. Oh, so here we go again. Look, turbulence. Try and take control of that. Bit of speed. Not easy. So look, the turbulence is ruining. Turbulence is ruining my. Oh Jesus! Trying to fight it here. Is ruining my. There you go, 94. We did all right there. So look, we've got turbulence again. There's a lot of turbulence out here on the Irish Sea. The plane is getting thrown around. I am trying to just keep control of the speed. Sometimes a bit more speed and stuff help. Autopilot is still on, but I can still kind of balance the plane out. So we've been told to descend and change our heading to 190. Let's contact Belfast Tower. Okay, so that's telling us that we can go straight in. We should be going 2-1 here. I can't actually visually see the airport. It's somewhere here. So we're going to wait to see if they give us one more instruction to come straight in.
Belfast Tower, Cessna Golf Bravo Alpha Foxtrot. Mike is unfamiliar with the area. Request directions to the airport. Cessna Alpha Foxtrot. Mike, airport is 1 o'clock, 15 miles.
1 o'clock at 15 miles. So I think we can change our heading to 2. 210.
Belfast Tower, orbit 902, IFR to Belfast, ready to copy. Orbit 902 is cleared to Belfast Airport as filed. Fly runway heading, climb and maintain 5,000. Departure frequency is 130.85, squawk 6303.
210.
Orbit 902, cleared to Belfast Airport as filed. Fly runway heading, climb and maintain 5,000. Departure on 130.85, squawk 6303. Orbit 902, reback is correct. Contact ground on 130.75 when ready to taxi.
So we're just going to straighten up here just a little bit more with the heading indicator. So airport should be straight ahead. We are losing airspeed now, so we've got to pick up the speed a little bit. We'd be falling out the sky otherwise. Okay, so levering off. Still no, can't see the airport just yet. We're 13 nautical miles out, so we are going to pick up the speed, and hopefully we're going to see it now very, very, very soon. Now 94%, look, we've had a lot of turbulence on this flight, which is a bit of a shame. We're still waiting to see the airport. We're still too far out. They've made us descend to 2,000 feet, which must be quite nice to come in. Once we hit about 8 miles, I'm going to drop another 200 feet, and hopefully we're going to see the approach to the airport now very, very, very soon. Take out the speed now a little bit. And we should be into land pretty soon. Now it has set us up on an ISL instead of a visual. That's my fault again. We could actually enter the GPS into an ILS where the plane would just take us in on its own on the glide path. I don't want to do that. These planes, as you can see, don't even have a GPS, so we're going to just do it off the top of our heads. We're going to look for the lights and we're going to visualize our approach and land. But this does come in handy. It's nice to know how many miles out we are. That's for sure. Okay, so we're just going to make that a bit smaller now for a minute. I feel like we're on a good heading. We can see the lights now. Can you see the red? So look, we're good. Make this again just a bit more smaller. The only thing really I want here is the mileage. Okay, so we're on a nice approach. Not hit the glide path yet, but I feel like we should take another couple hundred feet off. Go down to 1,500. Take the speed out here. And we'll start thinking about flaps now very, very soon. It needs to just be a little bit bigger. We're 9 nautical miles out. We can see the lights. This is what we're coming into. I'm just reducing us down to 1,500 feet. Everybody's fairly happy. Obviously, we now can start thinking about landing lights, as we've been officially told to come straight in. I never turned the taxi lights off. The landing lights are now on. Fuel pump could have gone off ages ago too. That's my own fault. Not paying too much attention, not enough attention. Okay, so we've been requested to come straight in. We are now at 1,500 feet. We're going to stay at 1,500 feet now for just a little bit longer. And we can probably now start thinking about our first stage of flaps, which we have now set. And we're going to wait so we can start hitting this localizer. What we really want to do now is come off the autopilot. I am in control. If you're wondering what I am playing with, I am playing with a Thrustmaster joystick. Pretty good actually, I quite like it. Probably not as good as the yokes you can buy, but I quite like it. So let's try and just little corrections now. We want to be coming in, really want to be seeing these lights turning. Up the speed again now that we're holding at our 1,500 feet. Still a couple of miles to go. We don't want to be falling out of the sky just yet. Again. Fortunately, we've only got an eyeball approach here. I think we're hitting the glide path now. We need to move over just a little bit more.
Belfast Tower, orbit 902, ready to go. Runway 22, IFR to Belcourt. Orbit 902, cleared for takeoff. Runway 22.
Right.
Cessna Alpha Mike, cleared to land.
Okay, so we've been cleared to land. So we're okay to come in. Let's acknowledge.
For takeoff, runway 22, orbit 902. Cleared to land. Runway 22. Cessna Alpha Foxtrot, Mike.
Let's take some more of this off. We've been cleared to land. Not quite straight up onto the runway yet. I thought this was going to be a busier airport. Maybe the other one was bigger. Okay, so now we're hitting turbulence again, which is ruining our score. There's a lot of turbulence here on the east side of Ireland, that's for sure. Okay, so we want to just okay, so straighten her up a little bit. Okay, we've got all the lights on the glide path, everything is looking good. Fly straight in. Speed's at 50%, if anyone's wondering. We'll hold around this 80 knots, I think that's a good landing. Okay, we've straightened her up nicely, just keep her level. Knock some more of this height off. Second level of flaps now on. Gonna adjust the pitch just a little bit. Glide path is still looking good. We're 50% still. Moved over again a little bit, but not much I can do about that. Just under 1,000 feet now. Probably about a nautical mile away. We'll probably hold about 600 feet where we are now. This is perfect. Get her nice and level. Wind is blowing like crazy, if anyone is wondering. It's not the easiest to control. Take a little bit more power off and come down just a little bit more. Okay, we're not quite on the glide path anymore. We're not as looking as good as we were. Okay, just move the rudder there a little bit just to try and help us in. Alright, we're at 300 feet. Full flaps. Wind is now blowing again. Come off the glide path quite a bit. Alright, we're quite low. I think there is a plane. Okay, no, we're fine. The plane was just coming in. We're good, we're looking good. Plane at the end of the runway, we got to miss him. 100 feet, he's making a turn. Yeah, we don't want to be hitting him now, do we? An Airbus, a 1 nautical mile, 25 foot. Okay, we want to miss him. And we're good to land. All power off. And just a nice gentle landing. And we're going to come off at the next available taxiway.
Cessna Alpha Foxtrot, Mike, exit runway when able.
And that was a beautiful landing here into Belfast Airport. And this is our taxiway out. Hit the brakes. A bit of a 360 skid.
Cessna Alpha Foxtrot, Mike, contact ground on 130.75.
Okay, so we're going to put our brakes on there. I'm going to have to F10 that. Okay, so acknowledge our handoff. The landing lights need to go off. Taxi lights on.
Alpha Foxtrot, Mike,
Strobe can now go off. Oh no, navigation can go off, sorry.
Belfast ground, Cessna Golf Bravo Alpha Foxtrot, Mike, request taxi to the gate. Cessna Golf Bravo Alpha Foxtrot, Mike, taxi to gate 8 via taxiway Alpha 1 Alpha.
Alpha 1 Alpha.
Taxiing to gate 8 using taxiway Alpha 1 Alpha.
Okay, we can
Alpha Foxtrot, Mike.
retract all our flaps. We are done, and we can now progress to the taxi. We are going to gate 8. Couple of nice Airbusters around here. One day that'll be us. I think we're going to park next to this one. Pick up that speed a little bit as we want to get in now. 94%, I think that's pretty good considering the amount of issues we had with turbulence. I think that was quite a decent flight by us. I am happy. Hope you guys are happy. We are at Belfast Airport. And we are here at the gate. Okay, so we're in. We have our parking brakes on. No fuel trucks available at this airport, so you can get ground crew to help you. But okay, there's none here. We'll open the doors, we'll let the passengers off.
Contact Belfast departure on 130.85.
Okay, we can take everything off. Engines off, avionics off, and our master switch off. We have 6 seconds left of onboarding, and we are done. That's it. Onboarding complete. Airplane's happy. FS passengers. We can now end our flight. There we go. We got realistic mode on, in case you didn't already know. So we flew on December 23rd. We left Sligo. We ended up here in Belfast in the United Kingdom. We did 97 nautical miles, landing speed at 55. That was all pretty good. We clocked up over an hour and 18 minutes, which is good. The landing pitch is at 4.41 degrees. I have no idea if that's good or bad, to be honest with you. Like I said, not too sure. 66 pounds of fuel. Exceptional flight. I'm relieved to have landed safely after extreme weather they experienced during landing. Yeah, we had a pretty rough one going. So ticket income, cargo income, fuel costs, airport taxes, insurance costs. Not much you can do with that. So we made 3,150 for that. And what did we get? We got perfect. You made a very nice landing. Perfect flight, no problems, very satisfied. You landed at the scheduled airport. Extreme weather during approach, but safe landing, satisfied, plus 100. So look, our reputation is up to 71.07%. which is a good increase, and yeah, pretty happy with this. We're going to close that down, and what we can now quickly just have a look at our pilot log. So we've got plenty of points coming in nicely, and how many hours flight time do we have? So we have over 152. We do need to do some in the night. 152, so we've got 2 hours. We're nearly halfway there to get the next plane, or the next license. 5 hours to get our C1 license, 12 hours for instrument rating pilots. So look, this will be our next target. We're nearly there, and we might even buy a new plane here before we go to Scotland. We'll have a look. Maybe that's what we'll do in the next episode. Hope you guys are enjoying this content. Please subscribe down below to the channel if you haven't done so already. If you'd like to see some more of this, there'll be an episode weekly. And other than that, for myself, hit that like button, leave a comment down below on what planes or what airport do we go to next. Where do we go to next? You tell me where to go next. We can go anywhere we want. You tell me. I'm thinking Scotland, so pick an airport in Scotland. Something not too far. Other than that, for myself, thanks for watching. Bye for now.